there, guys. So today we're going to be looking at the area, how to find the area of certain triangles when we're given it. Now, you guys are used to finding the area of a triangle, let's say like that. It's a right triangle, and let's say that's A, this is B, and this is C. So we know this would be little a, this would be little b, and this would be little c. So we would do area is equal to 1/2 base times height, so AC. All right, so the reason why we can do that is we have the height because we have the right angle right there, okay? So what happens if we just have a triangle where we don't know the height? So we can actually find the area from doing this equation where we have 1/2. This is if we're given a side angle side triangle, and it's 1/2 B times C times sine of A, or any of the other corresponding type ones. So the reason why is this would be the exact same thing. It would be 1/2 A times C times sine of the angle, which is 90 degrees. Now, sine is the y value at 90 degrees is 1. So it winds up being 1/2 A times C. And that's why it actually winds up working out the same exact way. All right, so getting rid of that because that is in my work zone. All right, so we've got making sure our calculators are in degree mode once again. So I have the area is going to equal, so 1/2 side 1 times side 2, so 8 times 6.5 times sine of my angle that's in between, so sine of 81 degrees. So we've got 1/2 times 8 times 6.5 times sine of 81. And we get, we'll round to the nearest tenth, that the area is equal to 25.7. And since we're given units this time, area is in units squared, so this is meters squared. Okay, I realize right now that my squared and my degree symbol look awfully similar, so let's try that again. A little aggressive degree symbol there. All right, so the next one we've got area is equal to 1/2 side 1 times side 2 times sine of the angle sandwiched in between, 42 degrees. All right, so we got 1/2 times 8 times 7 times sine of 42, and we get my area is equal to 18.7. And once again, this is units squared, so inches squared. All right, so that's how we would apply the area of a side angle side triangle. Now, we have another area formula where we have side, 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 and it's called Heron's formula. All right, so Heron's formula says you take all the lengths of the triangle, you're going to add them up and divide it by 2. Then the area is going to equal the square root of that number when you added them all up and divided them by 2 times that number minus the first side, that number minus the second side, and that number minus the third side. Okay, so let's do a couple application problems of this. So the first thing, I have a side, side, side with example 3. So I have to find what S is equal to. So S is equal to all 3 sides. So 6 plus 12 plus 16 divided by 2. So we're going to add 6 plus 12 plus 16, and we're going to divide that by 2. So I get 17. So S is equal to 17. So my area is going to equal the square root of 17 times 17 minus the first side, 6, times 17 minus the second side, 12, times 17 minus the third side, 16. Okay, I'm just going to extend that square root because it's all under the square root. All right, so square root of 17 times 17 minus 6 times 17 minus 12 times 17 minus 16. All right, and we're going to do, once again, rounded to the nearest tenth. So we get the area is equal to 30.6. And it's units squared, so kilometers squared. All right. Metric system going on there. And now we got miles for the next one. So we've got S is equal to, we add all three sides up, 8 plus 9 plus 14, and we divide it by 2. Okay, so 8 plus 9 plus 14, and then we divide it by 2. So we get S is equal to 15.5. Okay, so now my area is going to equal, I'm just going to give myself a little bit of space here. So area is equal to the square root of 15.5 times 15.5 minus the first one times, I ran out of room, I think, there. So times 15.5 minus the second one, 9, times 15.5 minus the third one, 14. All right, so that's all under the square root. So my area is going to equal the square root of 15.5 times 15.5 minus 8 times 15.5 minus 9 times 15.5 minus 14. Okay, so my area is going to equal 33.7, and that is in miles squared. All right, so that's like if you have a triangular plot of land and you know the measurements of the sides of that triangular plot of land, then you can find what the area is of that plot of land. That's how they would use it as an application process problem. All right, that's it for this little lesson.